Periscope, what's up? Greg Howes. It is Wednesday morning, midweek. Let's go. High energy. Good morning, good morning. Bridget in Richmond Park, good morning. Ethel in Memphis, good morning. I saw Adrian Sanders on here. Good morning, Adrian. New Jersey is here. Good morning, good morning. Did you guys sleep good? Had a good night of sleep? Shaniqua, Michigan, good morning. Everybody slept good? Got your coffee going, got the juicer going. Got some green tea, some hot tea. Washington State. What it do, Jonathan? What it do? Maryland, good morning. Having some bacon and eggs this morning. What you got going? Are you fasting today? Some of us are fasting. Louisiana, good morning. You had a good Bible study, okay? When did that happen? Last night? This morning? When was that? Having some tea? Monica in Mississippi, good morning. After election morning, did you have an election in Mississippi? You already had your coffee? Bible study was last night, okay. Cool. Good morning, good morning, good morning. First cup of coffee in 5 days, wow. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Greg Howes. This is Leaderscope. Welcome. We're on Wednesday, hit midweek. We're ready to go. We're going to finish the week strong. I believe you're going to have a great day today. So let's get ready for that, okay? Let's get ready for it. If you're in the local area here, we have our Cornerstone Institute this evening at 7 p.m. with classes on leadership principles, economic empowerment, the book of Jude, and the emotionally healthy believer. So those classes are happening this evening at 7 p.m. Cornerstone Christian Center. We'd love to have you come and be a part of that. Yesterday we were talking about some leadership principles, and I want to continue with that here again today, talking about what it takes to be a great leader. And I know that you want to be a great leader. That's why you're watching this Periscope, because you want to be a great leader. And hopefully I can help you with some of that, and we can see some good things happen. So yesterday we were taking some steps, going over some different points concerning what it means to be a great leader, what it takes to be a great leader. And one of those had to do with exercising poise and performing well when you're under pressure. Great leaders know how to do that. Another thing is recognizing that a lack of leadership, or when you miss great leaders, you're going to do harm to your organization, to your church, to your business, your family, whatever it may be. So we don't want to miss out on those leaders that are coming down the pipeline. We want to make sure that we're recognizing potential leaders, good leaders that are being raised up in our organization. We also talked about the fact that leaders, great leaders, are always exercising consistency. If you're a great leader, you're going to be a consistent person. consistency of effort, consistency of preparation, consistency of time management, consistency of your love for the game, consistency for your love of your love for the ministry or your family or your business, your organization. You're going to be consistent in all that you are doing. That's what great leaders do. Great leaders also provide immediate solutions. That's another thing we talked about yesterday, providing really good solutions. So that's important to be a great leader. So we talked about a number of things yesterday. Now, today I wanted to mention to you that great leaders know how to handle fear. Great leaders know how to handle fear. I think we've all seen the acronym for fear, false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Well, I saw a couple of other ones today on Twitter that I wanted to share with you. One of them is forget everything and run. That's a choice that we have. So when you're dealing with fear, you can forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. Oh, I love that. That's a couple of good thoughts about fear. And this is what great leaders know how to handle. Great leaders know how to deal with fear. So you're either going to forget everything and run, or you're going to face everything and rise. So I want to encourage you today in your leadership that you would face everything and rise. Face it. When you're confronted with those difficult things, those challenging things in your life, in your business, in your church, in your family, you've got to face it and rise. Face everything and rise. F-E-A-R, fear. Face everything and rise. That is how leaders deal with fear. Leaders also realize the power of making good choices. You are not born a winner, and you are not born a loser, but you are born a chooser. God gave you the ability to make choices. So you can make the choice to be a winner, or you can make the choice to be a loser. It's up to you. In Deuteronomy chapter 30, the Lord said, I set before you today life and death, blessing and cursing. Choose life that you may live. So when you choose life, you get the blessing. When you choose death, you get the curse. Which one sounds like it's to your advantage? So choose life. When you choose life, you get the blessing of God. You're a chooser. You were not born a winner. You were not born a loser, but you were born a chooser. You were born a chooser. So choose right. Make the right choices. Make the wise choices, and see yourself emerging and being elevated and rising higher and higher and higher. Another thing about great leaders is that they know how to listen and listen well. A friend of mine tells me that listening requires action. If you're truly listening, you're going to know what to do with what you're hearing. And so we have to learn how to listen to understand, rather than listening to reply. There's a big difference between the two. If I'm listening to you share your heart, and the whole time you're talking, I'm just thinking about what I'm going to say back to you, how I'm going to respond, how I'm going to reply, then I may be hearing what you're saying, but I'm not really listening. Great leaders know how to listen to understand, rather than listening to simply reply. So we want to listen to hear people's hearts. We want to hear what's coming out of their innermost being. Jesus said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so we want to be able to tune in and listen to be able to understand. To be able to understand. So we need to work on that. We need to work on it. Listen to understand, rather than just listening to reply. Great leaders are available. That's extremely important. Great leaders will be leaders who are available. You got to make yourself available. Because people are counting on you. People are relying on you. People are looking to you. People are searching you out for the answers, for the solutions that you give as a leader. And so if you are hiding, if you're withdrawing, if you're isolating yourself, if you're not making yourself available, you're not going to be able to be a blessing to the people you lead. A great leader has the ability to be available. Available. People can find you. People can count on you. People can lean on you. People can rely on you because they know you're always around. They know that you are available. Great leaders exercise availability. That's important for us to understand. Great leaders have decision-making skills. If you're a great leader, you know how to decide and decide wisely. Joseph was that kind of great leader in the Bible. He made some great decisions as he was coming into power in Egypt. He came into power based on his prophetic gift, being able to interpret and discern the dreams that Pharaoh had. But once he was there, once he was given the opportunity, he was able to prosper, he was able to be successful, he was able to advance because he was making wise decisions. His decision-making ability was leading Egypt into a period of unprecedented prosperity, and then being prepared, being set, being ready for lack, for drought, for an economic downturn. Egypt was set, Egypt was ready for that, and Egypt was set up to be a blessing to the entire known world in their region. And all of that was because of Joseph's decision-making ability. Great leaders know how to make decisions, and they know how to make them well and wisely. So that's something that we have to work on. We have to develop that in our hearts, in our lives. We have to develop the ability to be good decision makers. Great leaders also know how to overcome adversity. Joseph is, of course, another example of that. Knowing how to overcome adversity. Joseph was betrayed by his brothers. He was sold into slavery. He was falsely accused. He was thrown into prison. He faced adversity after adversity after adversity. And every time he was going through another situation, the scripture kept saying that God was with him. God was with him. God was with him. And because God was with him, and Joseph knew how to stand according to his character, according to his convictions, and Joseph was good at decision making, Joseph was able to deal with great adversity in his life. Great leaders know how to overcome great adversity. You've got to recognize that. You've got to understand it. And you've got to be able to rise above the trouble, rise above the difficulty, the issues that keep coming up against you, the people that come against you, the circumstances that seem to be going all wrong. You've got to be able to overcome that adversity. Great leaders know how to overcome adversity. And great leaders know how to make the dreams of others come true. That's excellent for a great leader. You've got to know how to make other people's dreams come true. It's not just about you rising higher and higher, but if you're a great leader, you're going to bring other people up with you. When you find yourself being exalted, you're going to grab some other folks and you're going to bring them up with you. As you rise, they rise. You're there for the good of other people. You're making the dreams of other people come true. That's what Barnabas did with John Mark in the book of Acts. Remember, John Mark was with Paul and Barnabas on their first journey. And something happened in the midst of the journey where John Mark decided he couldn't cope, he couldn't deal with it, couldn't handle it. And he left the team and he went back home. When they got ready to go on the second journey, Barnabas and Paul were planning the journey and who was going to be with them. Barnabas said, I think we should take John Mark again. And Paul said, absolutely not. No way, we're not taking this kid. He betrayed us. He walked out on us. He quit in the middle of the journey. We are not going to take him again. We're not going to take that risk. So Paul refused to take John Mark. But Barnabas was a man that knew how to make other people's dreams come true. Barnabas began to work with John Mark. He discipled him, mentored him, coached him, brought him along, began to move strongly in his life as a coach, as a mentor, as a discipler. And he raised up John Mark to be an excellent leader, to be a great man. In fact, John Mark wrote the Gospel of Mark in the New Testament. And we find out later on in Paul's ministry, when he's getting ready to go on a ministry assignment, he said, bring me John Mark, for he is profitable to me in this work that I'm about to do. So even Paul began to recognize that John Mark had gone through some development in his life, that Barnabas had been working with him, and now John Mark was somebody that was valuable to Paul. All of that was because Barnabas knew how to make other people's dreams come true. And if you are a great leader, you are going to know how to make other people's dreams come to pass. It won't just be you rising, you will be bringing them up with you. You're going to help other people rise to a higher place along with your elevation as well. Well, I hope that makes sense to you. I hope it's helpful to you and beneficial to you today. We'll talk a little bit more about this tomorrow. We're just dealing with some simple leadership principles that I hope is a benefit to you. God bless you so much. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you. Thanks for being on with me today. I believe that you have open doors in front of you. You have opportunities presenting themselves to you today. You have divine connections coming into your life. You have divine resources in your life. You have favor with God and man. And wherever you need help reconciling a situation in your life, I believe that God is going to give you wisdom. He's going to give you empowerment. He's going to give you grace and mercy and favor in reconciling that situation, and it's going to happen today. God bless you so much. Thanks for being on with me today. Have a wonderful day. Be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. I'll talk to you soon.